what's maintaining momentum all about? The origins of maintaining momentum lie really a couple of years ago, where we were approached by a number of organisations that were local to us and involved in training of nurses, midwives, allied health professionals and medics and others, realising that there were some gaps, where people needed help in terms of moving on with their research careers. And we did a sort of survey to find out amongst ourselves what we felt were the places that people needed help. Obviously, there are specific training courses out there for things, like running clinical trials or whatever. But these are a bit more difficult to grasp. And two areas came up. One was actually getting going with research in the first place. So if you're interested in research, but really don't quite know where to start. And we responded to that by setting up something called Starting Research, which we've been running now for 2 years. And that helps people engage, learn a little bit about the research landscape, and start thinking through how they might move forward, even if they're quite research naive at this point. Maintaining momentum is trying to address the second gap. So this is a kind of sister event to Starting Research. There was an obvious problem that was identified for nurses, midwives, allied health professionals who wished to undertake research, who had gone as far as undertaking a doctorate, perhaps currently undertaking a doctorate, but were often finding themselves with a doctorate back in clinical practice, not being able to use their research skills or to progress with their research careers. So that's what we're trying to address here today. In fact, interestingly, it's not something that the RDS on its own can manage. So we've got sessions on bits that we know about, grant writing, funding, etc. But we've pulled in a lot of really interesting speakers to try and let all of us know, as nurses, allied health professionals and midwives who are interested in research, plus their managers, how we can go about keeping that research interest going when we've got people who are really keen to do it, whatever the situation. So you do your PhD and everything in the garden is rosy, and then something gets in your way. It may be that just, sorry, we can't spare the time. We all know how hard pushed the NHS is at the moment. And it's something that just can't, there's no room for you to be undertaking research at the time. So yes, other barriers, I won't say what that barrier might be in your analogous situation, but there are things in your way when you're trying to undertake research. So maintaining momentum is trying to address some of those barriers, to work your way around them so you can continue in your rosy garden and your research career that you have in mind. This is what our website looks like. This is our big red button that you press when you want to get help from us. So, if after this event you're thinking, I'm ready to go, do get in touch with us and we can take it from there.